Hey folks, what's up? It's Dr. Jared here. Just want to talk to you a little bit about never missing an opportunity. Here, trying to help my wife out. She just took daughter to school, so she had some laundry here and wanted to help her out. Trying to be a good husband. I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, sitting here, a lot of times you see people, if they're folding laundry or down on the floor, it could be playing with a kid, a newborn, anything where you're down on the floor. It's real easy to get in this rounded, hunched position. So we look at that and we say, what's going on in our body as we do this? Something that might take 15, 20 minutes, or even as long as an hour, depending on how long you're going to be there. What's going on in the body when that happens? If we think about this rounded position, all I'm doing is, again, shortening the front part of my hip, which is pretty much like a seated posture. We know how bad chronic seated posture is for the body. We're reinforcing the same mechanic here. In fact, intensifying that mechanic, actually. We're shortening everything through the front part of the hip. We're rounding everything in the back. That leaves everything very vulnerable in terms of your lumbar spine discs, which herniations cause a lot of nerve pain, numbness, tingling down the leg, a lot of incapacitation, which we don't want. It's also the SI joint, some shear through there. If you ever feel like, gosh, my back just catches and I can't move, but it's a little bit more pinpoint. That's more your SI joint or facet joints kind of getting locked up just because we're so short on this side and so long on this side. There's a front to back imbalance as far as keeping our lumbar spine stable. So we realistically want to avoid this position at all costs. Sitting upright and trying to kind of kick the hips back. Yeah, that's option number one. That's really getting a nice hamstring stretch. We take all of this strain from the back and we put it more into the back part of the hip capsule and we put it more into the hamstring while at the same time opening up. Doesn't open up through the hip too much, but as far as the front part of the lumbar spine, it gets that a little bit more lengthened and we start to shorten on the back just to kind of create a little bit better balance around the lumbar spine discs, the joints of the lumbar spine as well as the sacroiliac joints. Now, if I'm in here and it's like, man, this is uncomfortable, what are my options? Well, I got tons of options. I can go to more of a saddle position where I can get into really good quad stretch here. I start to open up and fight against that shortening on the front part of the leg from chronic sitting. I can move forward here and I'm almost like in a modified deadlift position, but my hands are closer to the ground since I'm on my knees. If I have toe issues, I can just dig my toes into the ground at the same time. Another thing is if I really need to get good at understanding this position, holding that flat back, I can sit here and I can work on this level. I can straighten and almost floss through the hamstring just to get into a higher hip position, more hamstring stretch. Lower position, more like a deadlift. It doesn't matter. There's so many different modifications. Going down to a knee, opening up through here. If you've done any Ramwad, you know that position. I think it's fragging. There's so many different opportunities to help yourself stabilize the lumbar spine and start to learn how to move more efficiently through the hip. Don't miss that opportunity.